Let's get started. Man.
Yeah, we're back with Premier League football again this evening, and we're going to be discussing the games that went on today, particularly Man U at home to Tottenham. And with me to discuss that is Mustafa. Kule Williams is here as well. My name is Afolabi. Welcome.
Okay. All right, so the new manager, his name is Carrick, right? Yeah.
Michael Carrick, yes.
Yeah, fantastic. Since he has come, he has been a lot more fluid and free than the last manager. And what he has said is that his style of football allows the players to express themselves and be free. We know that he hasn't been able to build his own team yet, but he's made the most out of what he's using. And one of the main things he's done is use a sort of loose 4-2-3-1, in which you have a double pivot, and back there you have who do they use for the 6 of the 8? I think they use
Samiro and Kobe Mino.
Mino is the 6. No, Mino is the 8. Is the 8. Then a big difference that they've had now is that they use Mbuemo as a false 9, and then later on in the game they'll bring in Sesko and either to replace him or bring in Sesko, and then both of them are on the pitch, and then what's his name will move to the wing, Mbuemo. With this lineup now, and it allows Fernandez to be creative and playful. This team is fantastic. But right now I want to say this is the Mbuemo show. This guy is fantastic. He's not even supposed to be a number 9, but when they put him in as a false 9, he's more than just a false 9. He does a lot of work, comes back into the midfield, can even drift and do a lot of work, and give them sort of a stability that they don't have with Sesko, who doesn't have a high work rate. Then they can bring in Sesko as a super sub later on in the game to finish off people, or to move Mbuemo, who has a high work rate, to the wing to do more work. And so far this has been working. They beat Arsenal. First team to beat Arsenal since 1,000 years ago at home. To beat Arsenal at home. They beat Tottenham today, and they beat City. No doubt, a lot of people say, oh, today was just a lucky game. Maybe so. But this is a pattern now. And Mbuemo has 3 goals. 3 goals in 4 games. And in the African Nations Cup, he was one of the top players. That guy is fantastic. African Nations Cup, he was playing more as a number 10. So it shows you how versatile that guy is. Strong, has a lot of endurance, can score, and also does a lot of dirty work that other people don't want to do. What do you think of Folabi?
Yeah, I agree with you. And I think Michael Carrick has come in as the interim coach. He's not sure if he's going to be retained anyway. So he's just keeping things simple, straight to the point. You know, what he does is he pushes Bruno Fernandes further forward because he knows his talent and ability will be more productive when he's closer to the strikers. And then he has restored Mino to the double pivot in midfield and basically binned the 3-4-3 that Amorim was trying to shoehorn the players into, and played a more, conventional 4-2-3-1. And he has worked wonders, really. And the players are playing with a lot of freedom. They have a lot of faith in Carrick because a number of them have played under him in his first stint as interim manager. So they seem to be playing with confidence and freedom, free passing, and they're not scared to make mistakes. And I think that has really helped them. And like you rightly mentioned, Mbuemo playing in the false 9 position is making opposition defenses find it difficult to defend against him because he keeps finding spaces, running, finding spaces that defenders are having difficulties to mark. And it's very good, whether he's playing on the right and he's cutting off on his left, or he's playing from the left. He's a very useful player. He has a very good left foot. He can shoot, he can pass. He is very quick with the ball. So I think it was a very brilliant acquisition by Man U in the summer, bringing him from Brentford. And he has added
who's playing the central defensive midfielder? Who's playing that?
It's Casemiro. It's Casemiro.
And so what you got with those 2 guys, the Mino and him? Mino is sort of, he's box to box, but he's not overly aggressive as an attacking he's not an attacking midfield. With the 2 of those guys, they've got the midfield covered. Then when you've got Fernandes, like you said, Fernandes has come higher. And also Mbuemo can also once in a while invert and give support. So right now they've got a very good balanced team that has a balanced midfield possession. What do you think, Kunle?
Yeah, I mean, if you watch the game today, Man United played a very stable game. They played back 4. They reverted to a back 4 from before, which suits a lot of the players. And they retained more possession. And they were able to play, they used to get caught. This is Man United's traditional game, is to sit back, play a high line, and catch on the break. Depending on the team, we would sit deep and play a low block. But with Tottenham, we actually took the game to them because we're able to play a midfield. Problem we have is that if anything happens to Casemiro, we're in trouble because every time Ugarte has stepped in, we tend to struggle. Although today that wasn't the case. Today Ugarte came in, but I mean that was after the game was already gone. If you look at the main prongs of the attack, Ahmad is so effective down that right flank, and Luke Shaw at the left back has been notoriously injury prone throughout his entire career, but when he's fit, he can be one of the best left backs in Europe, and he just happens to be fit during the World Cup year. And one of the reasons why we've been good on that flank is because he's been fit for so long. Mazraoui didn't really get a shout in yet. I think that he's better potentially than who's our right back that played well and crossed the ball. Dalot played very well today. You know, I mean, he put in the ball for the second goal for Bruno. But I still think that overall Mazraoui is a better overall right back, especially defensively. But Dalot has shown a lot of guile going forward. But I think that he's like a not super talented player, but full of the right stuff. I think and the right attitude. But let's not get carried away. You know, Solskjaer as an interim coach won his first 8 games. Interim coaches are just that. They're interim because they're using what is there to make the best. So they're not playing for long term.
But what we can look at, we're not going to talk about whether he's a good coach or not. Let's look at what he did tactically and judge that. If you don't say the name of the player and you see what this person is doing and what the last coach was doing, and you didn't know who the coach was, you'll say it's the right tactics. That's all we care about. What do you think, Afolabi? Bringing in the way they've set up this team now with Mbuemo and bringing in Sesko as a super sub and bringing in Kobe Mino, forget about who's coaching it. Doesn't this make more logical sense?
Yeah, and I think that, absolutely. It makes more logical sense.
So, we're not talking about who's going to hire.
I think he has simplified everything. The tactics is playing. The players are more comfortable with it. They understand their roles when the team has the ball. When the team doesn't have the ball, they understand what they need to do. Stay compact, press, run. So it's simpler. Yeah. They've made it simpler for them. And now it's not just round pegs and square holes. Everybody basically is playing where they should function and be more productive. So I think that is helping them a lot. And if you look at Man United, also, it has culminated with one of their best spells as having less injuries. Martinez is back fit. It's only maybe Matthias de Ligt and Mason Mount that is injured. Almost every player now is fit and ready to go. So I think that's another important factor.
And you look at the personnel, Mbuemo and as soon as those guys came back from African Nations Cup, these guys started winning. So they have good players. I might say right now they're coming 4th. Okay, so now the big question is, can they qualify for Champions League next year? I don't see why not. Do you get my point? I don't see why not. Who's going to give them a challenge below them? What do you think, Afolabi? Yeah.
And
they're coming forward.
Plus the fact that they've played all the big teams, really. They've played Man City a second time. Okay, Liverpool, they're yet to play a second time. They've played Arsenal a second time. And they look like every win brings more confidence. And if you look at the way they're playing now, you talked about Mbuemo. If you look at Mbuemo's numbers, they're ridiculous. He's just come to Man United and he has scored against Man City, Arsenal, and Liverpool. That's ridiculous.
And on top of that, in the game against Fulham, he didn't score, but he did work rate stuff too. So he's helping the team win when he doesn't score also.
So if that guy, Matthias Cunha and Ahmad stay fit, it's going to be terrifying to defenses because they are very direct. You find it difficult to defend against players like that because they are very unpredictable. So I think Michael Carrick is enjoying a very good spell with simplified.
Yeah, I didn't take Mbuemo seriously because he's bulky. I said this guy is too bulky. You get my point. He's not a skillful player.
And coming back from AFCON and immediately hitting the ground running is credit to him. It shows that he has very good athleticism and condition.
And he was one of the best players in AFCON.
Yeah,
he was playing fantastic. He was playing like as a number 10.
So in my own opinion, they should make Europe. Plus the fact that top 5 may be good enough for Europe in England this time.
Yeah. So what team is going to give them the hardest chance? Can push them down to 6th.
Liverpool and Chelsea. Liverpool and Chelsea are knocking on the door.
Chelsea should be doing better, but there's too much chaos with Chelsea.
Yeah, they want today. They want today. 3-0, yeah.
This guy had 3 goals.
I was actually going to say that it's Aston Villa that are going to be the people that are going to fall out of that chase. They're on 47 points right now.
And the wheels have come off. They're started to lose and drop points.
Yes, they're starting to lose and drop points. Liverpool and City are playing each other tomorrow. If Liverpool lose that game, I think that they would have really, they might have lost contact with that top 4 or top 5 struggle. So from that point of view, and if City lose that game, then I think United are actually within touching distance of City if City don't win. So that's an interesting game tomorrow. That's going to make a big difference in what's going on in the league. Man United have been better than we think this season. They were only 3 points off 5th when they sacked Amorim. They not that bad. So yes, Casemiro has been good all season. You know, Casemiro has been good all season, but the danger that United have is that if anything happens to him because of age or injury or form, there's no solid backup for him. Mainu is an 8. He's not really. He wants to remain as an 8. You don't really want to start playing him as a CDM. And Ugarte has been a player that he started well, but he seems to be struggling to get good performances this year. And also, he doesn't give the attacking oomph that Casemiro gave. If you saw the headed chance, the header that Casemiro had today, I don't know how that ball didn't go in. I mean, he's so good in the air as well, and so good going forward. He's not just a defensive midfielder, just like Rodri as well. So United have a decent squad, but I think their problem is they're thin in the midfield. That has always been the problem, regardless of their formation. If something happens to any of these players, there's a problem. Mainu's form has come back, and he's playing well now under this under Carrick, and it's good to see.
That's good.
Because young players need to be protected so that they can grow and become better, and he's thriving now. He wasn't thriving so much before, but he's doing better now. So with the feel-good atmosphere, it's now down to the club. They need to either support, they need to support Carrick. They didn't support him in the window, and so I don't know if anything happens. Injuries will tell whether they're going to finish and you get to Europe or not. It depends on the injuries. If they have any injuries in the midfield, then all this glory could end.
Not even injuries, not even only injuries, fatigue and stuff.
Yeah, and plus
it's in midfield. We've got a lot of fullbacks, we've got a lot of defenders, we've got a lot of attackers, but we don't have a lot of midfielders. It's only Mainu, Casemiro, and Ugarte. That's it. I don't think there's any other midfielder in the entire squad.
That's the big thing, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I see Arsenal is just trying. Arsenal's strategy is to buy people so that other teams don't have them, but they won't use them. They want to buy everybody. They want Camavinga. They want everybody from every team to sit on their bench so that other teams can lose. That's a brilliant. Arsenal has money, man. They want to buy everybody, right? There's no salary cap in football, right?
Arsenal have done well. They've done well.
I know. I'm just making a joke. Arsenal wants to buy everybody. They want to buy Camavinga from Real Madrid.
Those guys have money. Camavinga, I mean, look at Eze. Eze came in 67 minutes today. He didn't start as well.
No, but what they're doing is they buy from other teams, and those teams become worse. And then they can't challenge them. That's what Arsenal's strategy is. Anyway,
I think they want to play Eze at 10 and maybe Camavinga at 6 and Rice at 8.
Probably if a Camavinga comes.
But they're not even using Eze. They
won't use Camavinga. They'll sit him on the bench. I promise.
They're not even using Eze for starters. They don't use Eze on the bench. Yeah,
it's so bad that he may not even play for England in the World Cup if they keep.
That's where the problem is, because now that Man U is using Mainu, is odds-on favorite to be picked by Tuchel for the World Cup, and that's the main thing. In a World Cup year, you want to be playing every game.
Eze will sit on.
Eze is more attacking than Menu, though, I think.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah, but the way England works, they could use They may have a different formation. They can use him as an 8. I don't know where Eze.
Menu, I think, will
But
be
if he's
sitting
not
slightly.
playing, the coach won't pick him if he's not playing.
They'll pick somebody else.
Yeah.
All right, check us out on Friday. Good one. We'll do something tomorrow. Okay.
Okay, it's been a brilliant show. We've been discussing Man U's 2-0 victory over Tottenham and their renaissance under Michael Carrick. And from Kule Williams, Mustafa Jinodu, my name is Stella Falabi. We'll be back again tomorrow.
Mbuemo is a bully. Let me start.